Good morning, YouTube. It's Gordy and I, Shropshire lad and I, and we're going for a walk round Kinlet this morning. We're parked up at the Village Hall car park. There's a really nice cafe just down there, does bacon butties and cups of tea, and we are going to head down the Kinlet Hall drive. So we're heading up towards the church. You see an oak tree on the right hand side in the distance. That's where we turn right. So here we are, we're about a quarter of a mile down the drive. It's our first way marker. We are heading to the left, following the drive along. We've got a few hundred metres the other side of this cattle grid, and then we're turning right.
The new one is about 350.
Yeah, sheep have got the right idea. Under the tree. Here's our way marker coming into view. Heading in that direction. They're on the footpath.
Down here and take you up behind a tree to reveal the hall.
There's our stile down in the dip, and I got a funny feeling the next bit is going to be a bit jungle-ish.
I was wondering that.
Yeah. There's our intrepid young explorer there. I'm going through the gate. It's a Bridleways way marker pointing us up to the left.
Can we film it, Mr. Stew, in case you fall over, mate?
No, I only fall over on barbed wire fences. Right guys, it's wet trouser time. The path itself is fairly level and appears to be reasonably well trodden. At the moment we're on a bridleway, so you could bring your horse and then keep on going. It's Kinlet Hall just appearing in the distance. Chap collecting silage. Wet trouser time. I was lucky enough to go to school here. Some of the best years of my life. I'm pleased to say that this walk is not disappointing on the wet trouser bottom front. They are absolutely soaked. Oh, there's my mate. Just nearly fell down a hole here. So when you do come here, just watch your foot in, guys. So now we are heading along this bridleway behind us, right the way down to the wood line. Gordon's about to put the drone up so we get some nice shots of Kinlet Hall. So we followed our track down to the wood line, and we just hopped over this old horse jump here, There's a way marker on the other side of the gate post there, and our track lies along the edge of the field through that gate. Another way marker coming up here, pointing us forward. I can see one on the gate beyond. So definitely on track, doing well. Soaking trousers, standard situation. Gord's had a look at the map and he reckons we've got to turn right in a minute, so keeping our eyes peeled for a path. Ah, so there's a little bridge down in the dip here apparently. Let's go and have a look at it. It's one of those hot and steamy kind of days today. It's quite warm and we've had a bit of rain, so the humidity's absolutely through the roof.
B-roll.
B-roll. We've emerged from the woods. This way marker post, there is a disc on it sending us to the left. We just had a check of the map. Our path bears up to the right, up round the field. We've just come across this way marker about halfway up the hill, sending us over towards the right. We get out onto this field, we turn left, up the edge of it. Gordon's there in the distance. All these lovely daisies. About to disappear into the woods again. Yep. You just come across a stile, you get into here, bear left. And Gordy's just said, watch out, it's a bit slick. The path bears to the left here. And this is Highwood. We're in between Kinlet and Chorley now. Got a feeling that not many people actually come here. The path doesn't look particularly well trodden, but it's well established. Beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. So we've walked up this path a couple of 100 metres. We came across a way marker sending us to the right. Takes us down to the Chorley Brook, where Gordy's going now. Gordy's just made the observation that this terrain is like the Caledonian pine forest in Scotland. Absolutely right. So still, so quiet. Just take care on this descent. It's very steep. Gordy's down in the bottom now, and I think he's quite glad he's brought trekking poles. I haven't, so this should be fun. We just had a check of the map. We're walking towards a track on an intersection course. We should be turning left in 100 metres. So we walked up, we've crossed the track, or I'm standing on it at the moment, and we carry on. There's a way marker on the side of the path in front of us, and Gordy there is going along the route. So we're just following this track through here. I just reckon that it's probably used a lot by animals because there's not a lot of sign of people walking through here much. Coming up on another way marker. We just remarked that this is much more wild than bits of the wire forest near the main roads. It's absolutely beautiful. Just coming up on another way mark here, just discussing the fact that because of lockdown and whatnot, haven't really been able to focus on holidays that we've got upcoming, and it's a bit of a downer really. Here's another way marker. Gordy's carrying on the path. The Shropshire Whippet, as Dave calls him. Yeah, the few of our friends we started hanging out with since the beginning of lockdown on an evening video chat, and we've all got each other through it, I think. Got to have a bit of sympathy for old Davey at the moment, who's just getting over a nasty attack of gout. So can't wait to go camping with you next weekend, bud. See you soon.
We're still in the forest for about 300 metres.
Just come across this way marker here, making sure we're staying on the right route. We've got another 300 metres of forestry. So the light you can see up ahead is the edge of the forest, and Gordy's making a video at the same time, so I'll put a link to his channel in the description. It's always a good watch, one of my oldest mates, and yeah, good way to while away an hour or two watching his videos. So we followed the path round, and there's a stile in front of us, and that's the edge of this wood. As Gordon just said, we've left no trace where we stopped for our coffee break. It's really important when you're out in the countryside to take all your litter home with you. In the press at the moment there's a lot of bashing of outdoor types, particularly wild campers, leaving litter and tents behind. Those are irresponsible types, not like me and Gord.
We're the good guys.
We are the good guys. So our path lies along this farm track. I think it might be, we need to just have a check. So here we go, we just found the path. Hop over the stile here and head up to the corner of the woodland up on the horizon. Just looking at the way markers on this post, and there's a sign there for the Geo Park Way. That's clearly marked on the Ordnance Survey. However, our route forward lies behind us, up to the edge of that wood on the horizon. Let's come across a little lodge in the woods here. Quite beautiful. The brown clay, look round, beautiful little cottage, Charlie in the background, and then Gordy flying his drone. So heading towards this gate at the top corner of the field, and through that we're heading to the tree on the horizon. Cow stood there looking at us. Here we go, Geo Park Way. We're heading over to the corner of the woods over there. So here's our way marker, and we're heading down into that dip. So going forward, we just follow the path down into this dip. Watch your footing, it's very steep. See Gordy there up on the other side. So the path shows us following this boundary up here, This route is up and down, cross-grain the countryside. So it's relatively strenuous actually. Not too bad. The walking's not too bad at all. But just be aware, it's not the usual bimble. Definitely in the right place. I can see a way marker over in the corner of the field on the wood line. So it's a bit tricky here. Got to hop over this stile and follow the way marker down into the wood there. There's our way marker, following the path down here, clambering over this down tree limb, and there's another way marker in the dip. There's our way marker, and there's our intrepid explorer, a Shropshire lad.
Downhill now, mate.
Into the abyss.
You like downhills?
Yeah. So watch your footing down here, guys, because these roots are going to be slippy in the wet. Very steamy and clammy in here today because there's no wind. Just got a very particular smell to it. Woodland in the wet. Oh my days, just watch your footing. So Gordon assures me he's looking at the mapping at the moment. We are on the path. And popping out. Are we on a ride here? A little track? Yeah, we are. Ideal. So we're heading up this path that looks like it's part of the Amazon basin, and going on up. Gordy's vlogging on his camera. It's quite funny, we were joking, this is like doing a YouTube collab between a Shropshire lad and Clibbery Walks, but in reality it's just going for a walk with my mate. The route on this bit is anything but clear. Gordon's bushwhacking his way across there. We're heading to a tree that's standing on its own up on the horizon. So Gordy's just said instead of coming up here, if you'd have headed down the main track we just crossed a little bit and then turned right, there's a track going up to where he is now. And now we've emerged onto this beautiful 4x4 track, and here's our tree we were heading towards. This looks like it's woodland that's been clear felled and a few trees left behind. We're on the well past halfway on the walk now, I should hope.
Yeah, we should be in forest here.
Yeah, it's been clear felled, mate. So we've emerged from what was forestry onto a stone track, and we are heading right. The way marker post is just there, and this points us towards Birchen Park. Now, as a matter of interest, those chimneys you can see over in the distance there are on the top of Kinlet Hall. So yeah, this is an area we would have come to play quite a lot when I was there. Strange. Seems like a lifetime ago now. So we've just come across this stile. Thankfully there's an open gate next to it. The way marker is sending us up through this crop. So we're going to do our best to avoid damage. But we're going to go through it. We're just at the top of the hill now. It's Kinlet Hall. Park house at Kinlet where Dad was. Right the way back round. So we've got Kinlet Hall in the middle of the shot there. That was school I went to. The wing on the left hand end was classrooms. The middle block was dormitories mainly, and then the kitchen's on the right hand side. You've got a woodland to the right of it, and that's an arboretum It's got lots of rare tree species in it, and during the summer months we were allowed to camp out there every night, so the majority of the summer term was spent under canvas, and we used to get up to all sorts of shenanigans that the teachers probably didn't need to know about. It was the best times. So here we are walking down a track that's kind of overgrown a little bit. Ooh. Heading towards Birchen Park now, and eventually going to work our way out and come out by Laundry Cottage, back up to Kinlet, where the car's parked. There's plenty of blackberries alongside the track for anybody who fancies some. Really tasty. So we followed that track to the end, come through a gate, and the path goes straight along. You can see it following the right hand boundary there, and it eventually heads down into the gully there to our left. You just see the stile down in the dip down here. We're heading down to it now, and we've been to Birchen Park then. So it's this is our last wood of the day. There we go, approaching the gate into Birchen Park. There's a nice breeze at the moment, but I bet there's not going to be one once we get into the middle of this wood. My glamorous assistant getting the gate. So when you go through the gate, we bear round to the left on this track, and it's going to bear to the right in a minute and start dropping down into the valley. So the path is now dropping down into the valley, relatively steep. Watch your footing, guys. There's Gordon front. Bought his trekking poles. I left mine in the van. Maybe a foolish idea, I don't know. Difficult to film and use trekking poles at the same time. So down in the bottom of the dip now, and follow the track, and it bears round to the left. So there we go, we've got some way markers here on the side of the track pointing us in this direction to the left here. So we follow that along. We just had a quick check of the map, and there's a way marker here sending us down this track. We don't go to the right, we carry on the left hand side past a massive pheasant pen. We're still on the Geo Park Way. So we're coming up on another way marker, and that takes us straight on through the wood here. The way marker there. I definitely want you to stay on the straight and narrow through this wood. So far this walk has been incredibly varied. So we've had parkland, we've had woodlands, farm fields, The woods we've all been through have been really quite different as well, so it's quite an interesting walk. Probably got about another 1.5 miles, 2 miles to go till the end, and really enjoyed it. It's always nice being out with a friend, and we're both YouTubers, so we can understand each other stopping to want to film and stuff like that, so it's all good. Smells like the bottom of a pond in here at the moment. It's obviously ridden quite a lot with horses, path's quite cut up, but not too bad. There's quite obviously a lot of game bird rearing going on in this area. Just walking alongside another enclosure, and of course it's a big industry in this area. Don't understand it myself, but a lot of businesses rely on it, so each their own, I suppose. Still on the same bit of forestry track. Been checking the map frequently. We are on track. In about 100 or so metres we're turning left out of the woodland and across the fields to the laundry cottage. So Gordy's just set up a bit of B-roll. We've got the track opposite, but there's our way marker and we head down to the left. Here we are, emerging from the forestry to a view over the Shropshire countryside. Church. So when we emerge from the forestry, there's quite a clear line across the field here. That'll take us over to the laundry, and then it's down to the main drive and back up to Kinlet.
Okay.
It's really flight into my face, isn't it?
Big trees in the way, is there?
Just coming into view, we've got Laundry Cottage. The path isn't so well defined here, so it's making our way gently towards it. So after a quick check of the map, the path goes to the left hand side of the house and chalet, and then turns right and then down the drive to the main Kinlet Hall drive, where we turn right and go back up to the car park. There's our way marker on the corner there in front. There goes the drone. And this should be the last of the rough stuff for the day, I hope. So our route forward lies down to the pole here with the transformer on. We turn right, and then we join the main drive back down to the Kinlet Hall drive. And this place up here, when I was at school here, was known as Laundry Cottage. It would have been the laundry for the main house. When we get here, we turn left, go down the drive to the bottom, then turn right. Here we are back on the main tarmac drive up to Kinlet Hall. We turn right, and it's the last few hundred metres now back up to the car. It's been a splendid walk, hasn't it, Gord? Yeah, always good to do a YouTube collab.
Yeah, hopefully I'll put one out if I've got enough footage.
If he hasn't, he can send it to me, I'll put it into mine, so it'll be good.
Well, then, I'll give you 45 minutes to get through.
We're being followed. I love cows. Hey guys. Well, we're nearly at the top of Kinlet Drive, or Kinlet Hall Drive now, and we've had a great time actually. It's been a bit more demanding than the normal walks we tend to do. My knees know I've done it. Unfortunately my knees aren't in great condition following various accidents and mountain biking over the years, so just keep on plodding on. Be alright, we'll get there in the end. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, and you know, I'll bring you back when we get to the car just to wrap the whole thing up. So guys, here we are at the end of Kinlet Hall Drive at the lodge. Had a great walk, haven't we, Gordy?
Yeah, it's enjoyable that was, mate. Thank you for that.
It's been a technical walk, interesting navigation, but we've had a good time. And our vans and car are just parked up by the village hall there. Now when you come here, there's a little cafe. We've just missed it today, unfortunately.
Shuts
but
at 2.
Shuts at 2. Last order's at 22, wasn't
20 to 2.
So
go early.
Yeah, go early and try and give them a bit of trade, because small business and all that lot. So yeah.
Shout out Tricky.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever Tricky is, shout out.
That's his cafe.
Right. Okay. Fair play. And keep your eyes peeled for another Clibbery walk. See you soon. Bye.